Alrighty, all welcome back to the channel. My name is Tommy, and of course this is the Gallery Backyard Barbecue, and I've got a pretty killer show for you today. And if this is your first time here, I would appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you get notified every time the channel does a future upload. So today's show is going to be all about that bark. I said it's all about that bark, and that is certainly right. It is all about that bark. And look, it has been brought to my attention over my last few videos with this Masterbuilt XT. Is there a problem with the Masterbuilt? Because the last few videos I did not produce the bark that you'd like. So after conferring back and forth with a few viewers, we had it figured out that it's pretty much the rub that I am putting on the proteins, and really has nothing to do with the XT and any type of airflow. And I am going to prove that out on this video here. I am going to take it back to the bark basics and see what kind of bark, if any, does the Masterbuilt XT produce. So besides all that, I am going to be picking 5 random viewers and giving away a little bit of dusted. So you are going to want to stay tuned to that. So on that giveaway, you are going to have to watch the full video on how to win. So what I want to do here is let's turn our attention down to the board and let me show you what we're working with. And of course, what we are working with today is going to be a thick cut short rib right at from wildfork.com. And this is an interesting cut. And basically what Wild Fork has done, and I've personally never seen it before, they have cross-cut the bones, which basically means anytime you do ribs, you are going to have those that thick protein up top, and as the bones work their way down, it is going to become more thinner in meat. So what Wild Fork has done is they are just going to give you the meaty top portion of the bone in a cross-cut. And as we are looking at that, do not forget that Wild Fork coupon that I still do have. I will pop that up here on the screen. If you've never shopped at Wild Fork, that is online or in store. Go ahead and take advantage of that while you still could. So what we are going to do here is we are going to get these out of the package just like that. And I am going to go a base coat of a little bit of dusted. Now look, on this dusted, what I have found out is a little bit goes a long way. You do not want to overdust it. It is going to be too salty. Once I get that dusted on, I will grab my granulated garlic. I do love me a little bit of garlic on some beef ribs, so I will hit it with that. From there, it is the barky of the bark, the thing that I have been missing, and that is going to be some 16 mesh black pepper, and I will get a nice amount of black pepper. We want to see what kind of bark we can get, and black pepper should definitely do the trick. And I will dose it out on the fronts, on the backs, on the sides. No need for a binder here. And once we get that meat all dusted out, all garliced out, all peppered out, I will leave these on the board here, and we will turn our attention over to the Masterbuilt XT and get that fired up. So firing up that Masterbuilt Gravity XT could never be so simple. I will go with not 1, but 2 cherry splits. I will surround that by my Kingsford blue bag. So real important here to you master builders, make sure you shake that grate out good. From there, it is 2 fire starters in, torch it, and after a few minutes or so, you will start to see smoke billowing out from the top of the hopper. At that point, you can shut it down and set your temp. We are gonna roll this pit at 250 Fahrenheit, which won't take too long to get there. So once your pit hits that 250 Fahrenheit, you can get those beef ribs on. Now look, I have been watching the temp gauges of this Masterbuilt pretty closely, and they are pretty close to being on. But just to be sure, on a video like this, I am going to monitor this whole cook with my chef's temp. That chef temps I know is exactly 100% on the money. And definitely do not forget that 25% off that I have for you guys. Anything in the Chef Temp store. Once we get my Chef's Temp all set up, I will get the ribs in, shut it down, and we will wait approximately 3 hours, no peaks there. At that time, I will bring you guys back. Alrighty, all, and just like that, we have reached that 3-hour mark as we open up that Masterbuilt and take a look at these beef ribs. And I gotta tell you, I am liking what I see. 3 hours straight to this point, no spritz, and it does look like a nice bark is starting to form. At this time, what I will do is just shut it down, let it run for another 2 hours without peaking. At that time, I will bring you guys back. So here we are in now at that 5-hour mark, and as we look at these beef ribs, I am definitely digging the color as that bark is starting to form out quite nicely. What I want to do here is I am just going to hit them with just a little bit of moisture. I've got some straight out water spritz. We will spritz them down on the top, spritz them down on the bottoms, the sides, and I am again definitely digging what I see. Oh yeah, these are looking mighty fine, that is for sure. What I am going to do here is now we are going to cook it out to temp as we are looking for that perfect toothpick tender. At that time, I will bring you guys back. We will cross our fingers as the final product going to be killer, and soon we will have that answer. Alrighty guys, as noted, I am going to pick 5 viewers to win some of this dusted out. And basically here is what you got to do. Down in the description, leave your age, followed directly by your street address. That is age, street address. In my case, that is 6245. So basically what I am going to do there, I am going to pick 5 random winners, and you will receive some dusted, and maybe, just maybe, one of you guys will get one of these cool dusted hats. So this one's gonna come in right at that 7-hour mark, and as you can see, these ribs are definitely looking mighty fine. That looks like a pretty decent bark to me. And as we probe it, they are definitely probe soft. That is exactly where you want to be, as we are coming in right at that 196 mark, and that is 7 hours in total, 1 spritz along the way. And let's just let that camera run and let's just look at that bark. Oh yeah, that is exactly what I am talking about. You know, we get all fancy with the ribs and rubs and so forth. In the end, it is always back to the basics. And what I want to do here, I've got some homemade beef tallow on the board in some butcher paper. I will get each beef rib in the paper, wrap it up, where I will let them sit for approximately 1 hour. At that time, I will bring you guys back. We will unwrap them, cut them open, taste them up, talk about it, and close out the show. All right, I do believe the question on this show has been answered. Is there a problem with the Masterbuilt with airflow, that it is not producing a good bark? Well, like I said, that question has just been answered, and the problem all along was user error, and that user right here was me. So look, as I explained in the beginning of the show, sometimes we just get a little bit off track on the basics of barbecue, on the basics of on what you need to do to produce good barbecue. So on today's show, like I said, we did go back to those basics today, and here we go with a pretty good bark, I do believe. Let's get them unwrapped. We will do that taste test, talk about it, and then we will close out the show. And this is a little bit more traditional on the wrapping at the end. I really never do wrap ribs as they are cooking. I mean, there's too much with the bones and so forth. That is going to protect the bottom of the meat. You've got enough connected tissues in there that it's going to supply enough moisture to the meat. As we get rib number 1 on the board. And there is rib number 2. Let me get some snaps and I will bring you guys back. Alrighty all, and it is beef rib time here at the Gallery Backyard Barbecue. Of course, we cannot forget these little morsels right here at the bone. Beautiful flavor, man. That is like butter. which I'd expect nothing else. Oh yeah. Guys, this is a 100% nail. There's no doubt about it. And of course, we've got that taste test and cheers. Wow, man, yes. So I got to tell you, I've been, as you guys know, I've been working with that dusted, and I know a couple of you guys have ordered it. And here is a couple things that I have found out lately by using it, is you cannot overuse it. If you overuse it, you are going to add in too much salt. So a little bit on that dusted definitely goes a long way. I have made the adjustment and I have nailed this 100%. I've got the dusted on there. And of course it has a lot of black pepper. You want that salt and pepper on the beef ribs. That is Texas style and that is exactly what we have. Throw a little bit of granulated garlic in the mix. And guys, we are talking 100% perfecto. So look, that is going to close out this show. This is a fun cook for me. It is a gorgeous Sunday here at in the Garden State, and I appreciate all you guys for watching. Again, my name is Tommy, and until next time, we will see you soon.